Mrs. Greer, do you want to take roll call?
Greg Mazzaro,
Present.
Tom Seneca,
Present.
Dick Beretta,
Present.
Dave DeLulis,
Present.
Lou Brown.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay, let's stand, say the pledge of allegiance, and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Tonight, we have three petitioners, Joel, Seneca Falls Development Corporation had to cancel out, so we only have three. The first petitioner is Robert McGill, and he's going to talk about self-appointed environmental committee.
Good evening, Robert L. McGill Jr., Waterloo, New York. First of all, I would like to give you a little bit of an idea of where I come from. My cousin was a professor of oceanography and marine biology at the United States Coast Guard Academy. Prior to that, he worked out of Woods Hole as an oceanographer and was really good friends with Jacques Cousteau. He told me how the government and the environmentalists interfered with his science, interfered with his research, and they did the same thing to Jacques Cousteau, and that's why they were both happy to get out of it. Now, this committee that we have, after going to their meeting at the rec center, I find that they're just spewing out the same misinformation that the concerned citizens have. And I want everybody to realize that the president of the concerned citizens was also vice president of Zero Waste. They're one and the same. Zero Waste is controlled by a bunch of Cornell University employees, and some of those employees, oh, and Ithaca College too, by the way, receive huge amounts of money. This one here is Sandra Steingraber, $100,000 from the Heinz Foundation. John Kerry's wife, Teresa Heinz, gives this activist $100,000. There's another one, Toxic Targeting, Chinese guy, I believe he is, out of Cornell. The Rockefeller Foundation paid him like $1.5 million in 4 years. One guy with a website and a computer, and they paid him over 4 years $1.5 million. And most of the stuff that he's doing is available online at the DEC's website, and it's just the same garbage with a twist. These anti-frackers and anti-landfill people come out of the woodwork every time Tom Reed runs for office. They make a big splash. The landfill gets on the front page of all the newspapers in the southern tier, Ithaca especially, and they try to destroy Tom Reed with his environmental record because these two landfills happen to be in his district. It's a bunch of malarkey. It's all political. And these people that just started this new committee are no different than the concerned citizens. Their meeting that was at the rec center was exactly the same as the meeting a year before. The one at the library. They repeated the same garbage, no facts, and just mainly distortion and regurgitating the same things that we've heard from the concerned citizens over the years. But I'll tell you, I'm on the wrong side. Because if they're going to pay this Chinese guy $1.5 million for 4 years,
give me a little more time, Bob.
I want a job.
Thank you for your comments, Bob. Our next petitioner is William Bailey, and he's going to talk about sewer hookup on Garden Street. Mr. Bailey, are you here? Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. Welcome to our meetings, Mr. Bailey. We've never met, but you get approximately 3 minutes.
I only need 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't aware I was talking in front of everybody, though. I guess on Garden Street, it ends the...
Talk into the mic, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I guess on Garden Street, it ends on the street before, and then and on the side street as well. And me and the neighbor of the property that I have recently bought, neither one of us have access to the sewage hookup on there because of the distance it is. And I would like to know if the town would be willing to either run it or run it from where it's at to the other side of the street, so that the cost for me and the neighbor would be down a considerable amount of money. So we're talking $20,000 just to tie into it from where it's at right now.
Okay, the people from that department are here tonight, and we will discuss it and get back to you, okay? Mr. Tullo? Okay, we'll discuss that issue, and if we have to call you in, will you leave your contact information with us?
I believe he actually got it.
Okay,
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
He has it because I had applied for a building permit. I'm the one working on 104 Garden Street at the end, so I got all the great design up and everything. I'll have $40,000 of my own money into it, but an extra $20,000 is just, there's no profit after that.
we'll discuss it and discuss it further with you.
All right, thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you. Our next petitioner is Mr. Kyle Black, SMI update. And Mr. Black, I believe you know the rules, approximately 3 minutes.
Okay, can you hold off and start? Can I grab the easel and put it over here?
Okay, yes.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. I'd like to take a moment to congratulate the newest members of our town board. We are grateful to every board member for your service to our community. As you know, I attend these meetings, these monthly meetings, as well as special meetings. Seneca Meadows has a long history of open communication with this board, and we look forward to continuing this communication. This is the first meeting of the year I've been able to address this board, but I feel very comfortable in saying it won't be the last. I don't think it will surprise anyone in this room to hear that I've appeared at more than 60 different public meetings over the last 24 months, reinforcing both myself and my company's commitment to our communities. We are always interested in having open and honest dialogue with any interested party that joins us in reason, positive, constructive conversation on how we collaborate together moving forward. Tonight, I'd like to give you an update on the odor control plan we initiated last year. In the last 12 months, we've invested over $7.5 million in our odor control plan, and we've seen measurable improvements. A 30% improvement in our landfill gas collection system has brought a significant reduction in the number of off-site odors, and many community members have told us such as they noticed this difference. Although we are pleased with this progress, our teams of professionals continue the daily hard work of containing odors to our property. In the past 12 months, we have installed 26 acres of final cap, 12 acres of temporary cap, 50 vertical gas extraction wells, 21 horizontal gas collectors, and 43 gas extraction pocket wells. Over 5,000 feet of 12 to 28-inch header pipe has been installed that conveys this extracted gas to our renewable energy plant, our renewable energy gas and electricity plant. In the spring, as soon as safe weather permits, we will complete the following: the remaining 24 acres of final cap, and 12 acres of temporary cap, and install the vertical gas extraction wells, horizontal gas collectors, and header piping in these new cells. I'd like to just take a minute to show some of the pictures of this completed work. So this slide basically depicts our facility, the SMI landfill, the southeast landfill, and the western expansion. The 26 acres of final cap and 12 acres of temporary cap placed on the western, along with the majority of the gas extraction, as well in the active area between the two landfills. We were also installing active gas collection there too.
We're at 3 minutes.
Okay, just have one more.
Yep.
If I may, I'd like to talk about our host community agreement and the benefits it provides to Seneca Falls. I'd like to present the board with a check this evening symbolizing the benefit of our partnership through our host community agreement. Seneca Meadows is proud to present this check to the town of Seneca Falls for $3,015,855 from our 2016 revenue share. We look forward to continuing our collaborative partnership in the future. And this is the fourth quarter payment.
Well,
Thank you very much.
thank you, Mr. Black. Whatever. Thank you for putting in a good faith effort with the town on giving us our fourth quarter payment. After local law 3 was passed last year, because there's strong indications that we probably did violate the host agreement by passing that law, and as there is another law already on the books that addresses similar things, so it could have been a redundant law. So I would hope the board, and we'll be in discussions about this, will extend you a hand, and I hope you help us with this. We would like to sit down and start discussions with you again on improving that host agreement as we did last year.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next is the approval of minutes for the A, the year-end meeting, December 30th, 2016, the B, the reorganizational regular monthly meeting on January 3rd, 2017, and C, the special meeting on January 9th, 2017. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes. That period.
Second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. As we have to confer with our attorneys tonight on pending litigation and some personnel issues, I move to go into executive session. I need a second on that.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion passes. I will ask our environmental attorney, our attorney, to remain in executive session with us, and when we speak about the personnel issue, I will call in Chief Pinstra and Chris Denny, the head of the local police unit. Okay, so we'll be calling them back. So everyone else will have to leave right now. Whoever made the motion will come out of executive session 5 after 8, 10 after 8. David, I seconded it. Come out of executive session. We're back in regular session now. Reports. Dog control officer, is she here tonight? The reports are stated. I move to approve the dog control officer's report. I'll second. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. I move to approve the zoning officer's report.
Second.
Discussion. If none, we're going to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Commissioner of Parks and Recreation report, I move to approve.
I'll second.
Discussion. Seeing none, go to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Highway Superintendent report, I move to approve.
I'll second it.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Assessors report, I move to approve.
I'll second that.
Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Do you have a written report if you want to mention it?
No written report, but as you may have heard, the town has received some papers regarding a lawsuit filed against the town in the past month, and I would ask that be the subject of a item under new business later in the meeting.
Okay, thank you. Town Justice report, I move to approve.
I'll second it.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Water and sewer report, I move to approve.
I'll second.
Discussion. Mr. Tullo, you have any discussion on this?
Nothing there.
No, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Seneca Falls Police monthly report, I move to approve.
I'll second that.
Discussion, Chief?
Yes, just real quick, I want to thank my department for doing such a good job on the Women's March last month and the assistance from the State Police and Seneca County Sheriff's Department. We had anywhere between, I would say, 6,000 to 10,000 people in town that day. And our departments worked very well together, and we had to make some changes and adapt, but my department did a very good job, and I want to thank them for that. Also, on January 25th, we had a visit from the New York State Accreditation Council. They came over and inspected 10 standards of ours, and everything was in compliance. And I'm happy to report that the 2 assessors that came out to look at our files stated that Lieutenant Snyder is doing an excellent job at keeping up with our accreditation files. So I'd like to congratulate Lieutenant Snyder on that. That's all I have for tonight.
Is there any more discussion? And I want to thank you for stepping up to the plate on January 21st. We got a lot more people than we thought we were going to have, and everything was orderly and went smoothly. And I heard a lot of comments from the marchers that day that they said this was a great town, everything was great. And thanks to you, Chief, and men and women. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Our engineers, do you have anything to report?
Greg, the only thing that I have to report is I'm very pleased to announce that the move to the new building begins tomorrow, and that this should be the last board meeting in this building, and the next board meeting should be in the new building.
Okay,
Congratulations.
thank you, John.
Pete, did you have anything to go? Nope.
Okay. Are there any other committee reports? Okay, I'll move on to, yeah.
On the committee report, it's not actually a committee, they had a resolution for Frank Saraceno, Frank Zolio, had it over the library, and they attended it with the family, and like appreciation that our work that Frank did.
Yeah, Frank was a former town supervisor.
Yes.
Thank you, David. Under communications, I move to accept all communications.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Old business, the sale of condominium and surplus real properties.
We have the two matters on 10 Fall Street and 60 State Street, which are coming together and proceeding to closing with the buyers of those two properties, and the town vacating 60 State Street and moving over to the new building will be a great help in moving that along. That's proceeding. The other properties that are not currently being used, there's been no change in the last month.
Write-off on uncollectible receivables.
And no change in the last month on those on that.
Route 414 sewer line, transfer from IDA to town.
Yes, I have been in contact with the attorney for the town of Tyre, and that is actually coming together. We have, as you know, the casino is all, everything was put in place for the agreements for the out-of-town users for that, and that came together. And so now we're working on getting everything formalized and getting that sewer line transferred from the IDA to the town.
The annual renewal SMI permit.
Yes, and that has been, has not been issued. That has been held while the project to address the odor takes place. You heard the update earlier this evening from Seneca Meadows. And I'm going to, again, recommend that the board not issue that permit until that project is complete and that odor issue has been addressed.
Water sewer create laborer's position. I make a motion to create laborer's position.
I'll second that.
Discussion, Mr. Tullo.
Yes, we have 4 positions for water and sewer maintainers at this point. Only 3 of them are filled, 1 of them is vacant. So we're just trying to change one of them to labor, so if we get summer help, that we can hire somebody at a lower pay grade and bring somebody in as a starting point. So
And this is just creating them.
just creating the position, and hopefully we'll fill it temporarily in the summer when we need help, when we're very busy, which is anticipated.
Motion was made, properly second. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Under new business, approval of special events. Are there any special events?
Yes, sir, there are one. I gave you a heads up in the my report for the month. We've received an application from the Seneca County House of Concern for their 2nd annual canal crawl, paddling poverty. They did it last year for the first time. Excuse me. They take off from Waterloo. They canoe down, kayak, whatever you have, to the community center. There they feed them, have some entertainment, and they go on their way, and it's a fundraiser. So because they're using the community center, it's an outside event, we asked them to fill out an event application. They have insurance pending. They'll submit that prior to the event, like they did last year. So I recommend approval. Oh, I'm sorry, the date of that is Saturday, August 19th.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
I'll second.
Discussion. Thank you. I crossed it off mine. I should have mentioned it. Just take it off the list. I have a second. Discussion. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. The contribution to Finger Lakes Television. I make a motion to approve. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Under water and sewer, the purchase of water main repair parts. List is here. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Discussion. Mr. Tullo.
The next 7 items are all budgeted for and needed. And this first one is just for water main repair parts and service repair parts and anticipated needs for this year.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Under D, water and sewer, purchase 6 hydrants. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Discussion. Mr. Tullo.
Same thing, we'll probably go through these 6 items this year. We're going to be flushing the whole system this year instead of half. And when you flush, we anticipate hydrants breaking. We have many hydrants that are over 100 years old. So we anticipate this need, and hopefully we won't need more.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. The water sewer purchased 2 pumps, Noble Road Pump Station. Make a motion. Motion made, seconded. Mr. Tullo.
Yes, Noble Pump Station and Kenmore Pump Station are both due to be redone this year. That's all approved by the Bridgeport District. And we bought many parts already for this in the last 2 years. And these are the last 2 pumps we need to complete those 2 projects.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Water sewer contractor for pump installations. Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Tullo.
This is for the contract to install these pumps and rails with our assistance.
Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion approved. I make a motion to purchase 6 grinder pumps. I need a second.
I'll second that for the Bridgeport District.
Discussion. Mr. Tullo.
Yes, this is also another item approved by the Bridgeport District for the grinder pumps that are used down by the lake that grind up the waste and pump it up into the system.
Any further discussion?
Yes, just that this is the packet that's noted as number 5. This is the one where
Yes.
Mr. Tullo obtained some quotes as required by the procurement policy, but also required by the procurement policy. There is a local preference in our policy that allows for basically it's a preference of 10%, so that if there's a local supplier that is within 10% of the low bid, then the bid can be awarded to that local business. So that is the pursuant to policy. This is a recommendation. It is not to the lowest bid, but it is to the bid that comes within our policy to a local business, which is Gatehouse Pumps in this instance.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion to approve the purchase bead pump for Auburn Road Tower.
Second that.
Discussion. Mr. Tullo.
Yes, the 2 pumps now that feed the Auburn Road Tower have been in service since 1989, I believe it's 89, and they've been running every day since then. And this is to put a 3rd one in the system, and because one of them is going to go, it could go anytime. They're making a little noise, but they're working now, but this is for security.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Make a motion to approve the underwater sewer emergency requisition gear drive. Has this already been purchased though?
Yes, it has.
So we have to approve the purchase?
Yes, it's
It was an
already-
emergency. Could you
Yes.
tell us a little bit about the emergency, Mr.?
Well, we had one of our final tanks at our wastewater plant, drives went down, broke, and we did some research, and we were able to, instead of the original vendor wanting $18,576, we were able to find the replacement parts with a little bit of work from us for $6,000. And this had to be done. I couldn't wait for board approval so we could stay within compliance of our system. So it's all up and running, and we seem to have stayed within our limits.
Okay, and thank all the staff down at the department for working hard on that. I know they worked hard on it for a couple of days and got fixed and repaired, and you did a good job of looking for the lowest price item in a few places in an emergency. So thank you, Mr. Lobo. So I make a motion to approve that requisition. Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion to approve the advance expenses for the Association of Town meetings.
And it's $400
That's $400 for each person attending. How many people are attending that meeting?
Five.
Okay, so that's $2,000. I make a motion to approve that advance for expenses. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Make a motion to approve the final budget transfer.
I'll make a motion.
I made the motion.
I'll second.
Second. Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion to approve the permanent appointment of the chief WWTP operator. That's the wastewater treatment plant operator, and that would be Mr. Tulo. He received a 95 on his final exam rating, so I make a motion to approve him.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations, Mr. Tulo.
Thank you.
I make a motion to the request to access municipal water, and Mr. Morel, you want to talk about this? Do I have a second on this? Second. Second by Mr. Ferrara.
Yes, this relates to, it's Fayette Water District number 7, and what it is, it's the water district that was formed along the, it's a cross-country main that comes from the town's water plant, which is in the town of Fayette, and cuts up through Canoga into the town of Seneca Falls. So historically, the residents along the water main could tap in to that water main just by dealing with the village, and that was permissible under the regulations at the time. For whatever reason, that's permissible for a village, it is not permissible for a town, so this water district needed to be created by the town of Fayette, and the town of Fayette is kind of the go-between. The municipalities deal with each other. We don't have the municipality dealing directly with the individual residents and users. So there is an application for a building permit along, on a lot that's right along that cross-country main. So they're asking for authorization from the town to allow these people building a new house to tap into that cross-country main. So I'm recommending approval, as has been approved for many other houses in that area.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, need a second?
It's already done.
Okay. Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. The floor mats, do we have anything on that?
Yes, we do. Floor mats for the new building. They'll come in bi-weekly during the winter, pick up the mats, and the bi-weekly cost is $36.54. It's 13 invoices. In the summer, they only go 6 invoices because they go monthly instead. So it would be $36.54 every 2 weeks to have these mats. which we use.
I make a motion to approve. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Ann Havlin has put in her resignation effective immediately simply because she has some vacation time, so she'll be using her vacation time, personal time for the next 2 weeks. So I make a motion to approve her resignation with regret. I need a second. Discussion.
Thank her for all the years of service she gave us. Okay, very important person.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. In light of that, we have a half-time employee there in that office, and I'm moving to move up Dusty Preventure to a full-time position starting tomorrow. She has already said that she would do that. I second that. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion to approve Rick Russo as Deputy Water Sewer Superintendent.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion to approve John McHenry, Deputy WWTP Operator.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion to accept the resignation of Mary Lou Sloan, retirement, I'm sorry, the retirement of Mary Lou Sloan, effective March 9th, okay. And Mary Lou Sloan has worked in that office for a long time. She served the town very well, and we will miss her. She has promised to come back on a per diem basis and train the new person that we hire. So and that's a very technical position and certain skill sets, so she will be very helpful in training a new person. So she's going to retire. Congratulations to Mary Lou Sloan, and we will miss her. So I make a motion to accept her retirement.
I'll second that.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion. Recommendation of award. Pete, you want to speak about that a bit? Come on up to the mic. Oh.
Working with Joe, one of the items he budgeted, there's a piece of equipment for wastewater treatment plant. It's called a screening washer compactor. It's been in poor repair for several years. We put together a bid package specification. We advertised it. We procured 3 bids, and we are making a recommendation to award the bid to the low bidder. Parks is the name of the company for $43,000 approximately. I sent that recommendation out earlier, so I think the next step upon board's approval of the recommendations, we enter into a contract with them to procure that piece of equipment for installation, probably early summer.
That weekend was what, 43,000?
$43,248.
Make the motion to approve that to Parkson for $43,248.
I'll second that.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I handed, yeah. Oh, okay, there's another motion on the floor for the Article 78.
I'm going to make a motion to authorize the town supervisor and the town's attorneys to take all necessary actions to defend the town of Seneca Falls and Seneca Falls Town Board in the matter of Seneca Meadows Incorporated versus the town of Seneca Falls and the town of Seneca Falls Town Board.
Second on that?
Second it.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I handed out the committee assignments. Get with your partner on those committee assignments and set up a time and date with the appropriate department heads if you're going to meet, and get those times and dates to Nikki, and she will fill in the blanks, and then we'll post this on the website, okay? I also make a motion that we need this motion to, we have an economic development committee. Dave DeLatos has been on that committee for a long time. We need a motion to approve him to stay on that committee for one more year. So I make that motion. Any second?
I'll second it.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. And those meetings are scheduled monthly. You all can attend. It's a real productive committee, and I have great hopes for that committee. I make a motion to set up a public hearing for a salary increase for the highway superintendent to be placed at $75,000, and that public hearing will be held at 6:30 before our next meeting, which is scheduled for March 7th.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Is there any other business that I missed? No, I make a motion for payment of bills. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I move that we go into executive session under personnel, and I would ask the police chief and police union head, Chris Denny, to remain behind with Pat Morrell.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.